is one process A, then comes our B, okay, then C. If you notice here, all are like different set of memory blocks. Okay, then A has again A has been moved out of the memory. It does not mean it has complete execution. We are not we don't know as of now. Okay, but it is not in the memory. Then comes D. Okay, so D is also requiring a small portion of memory. So we can just place it here. Okay, then after that B finishes and moves out. C again, C is still in execution only. See, that's why it's still in memory. But here see, A has come back. That means the A has just moved to disk. It has not completed execution. Okay, it needs some other extra resources. So it has moved to disk. Okay, once now A is back, so we have just occupied it, or we have now enough memory as per A's requirements. Now we have just placed it back to our memory. Okay. Again, this swapping, again, just don't get confused with all the technicalities. Just understand that if something needs to be, if something, okay, if some resources or something extra it needs, instead of waiting in the memory, we will just move it to some other part, mostly the hard disk, because that is the only part where we are storing everything, right? Apart from that, we don't have any such huge storage capabilities. Swapping, okay. So now swapping, leaving room to grow. Now here also, if you see here, if you notice here, okay. So after A, we have some huge block of memory. So there is no issue. So we can place B comfortably, and we can place C also comfortably. But here, this is a small block, right? And A, after A's exit, we have one more block of memory here. But let's say if some other process comes which needs the memory of these two, some of both the things, we can't place that process right here. It's very difficult now. Correct? So what it is causing is it is causing some holes in the memory. If you notice, this is one hole, this is one hole, this is one hole, and this is one hole. If the process is able to fit in this hole, we will give that hole to that process. Again, the hole management is also need to be done, or gray areas, okay, gray areas or memory blocks, this management has to be done. But if you manage these things, we can effectively place the process. But again, still we are left with some holes. So, and the other issue is immediately if you see here, that is one issue, the holes or the gray regions. The second issue is, if you notice here, A and B are like immediately just next to each other, right? In the case of, in the sense of memory layout, so they are in the next adjacent block sort of. Okay. अगेन एक और एग्जांपल के केस में ये है कि तो आप कोई दो स्टूडेंट्स ने घर बना दिया अगल बगल में, बिल्कुल एक सेट लेआउट में, एक सेट ब्लॉक में. बट ये था कि अब जो एक स्टूडेंट ए को एक नया रिक्वायरमेंट आया है कि नहीं यार, अब मेरा घर छोटा पड़ रहा है तो मुझे घर बड़ा करना है. तो अभी अगर साइड में कुछ प्लेस है तो ही कैन एक्सटेंड खरीद के, अगर प्लेस ही नहीं है तो एक्सटेंड भी नहीं कर सकता. तो वॉट एवर इज विद स्मॉल लिटिल होम ओनली ही हैज टू मैनेज एंड सस्टेन, राइट? तो सेम प्रॉब्लम हियर आल्सो. इफ यू नोटिस, अब मान लो ए को कुछ एक्स्ट्रा स्पेस चाहिए, इट कांट ग्रो एंड इट कांट, नाउ इट हैज टू मूव आउट कंप्लीटली, एंड वंस दैट स्पेस इज अवेलेबल देन इट विल कम इन. एक दूसरा एक और प्रॉब्लम है ना. सो इसके लिए नाउ वी हैव दिस टू थिंग्स. फर्स्ट इज, चलो एक मेमोरी को व्हेन वी आर ट्राइंग टू डिवाइड देम इनटू ब्लॉक्स, तो सम ब्लॉक्स को स्पेसिफिकली फॉर प्रोसेस अलोकेट कर देते हैं, देन उसके ऊपर एक ब्लैंक एरिया छोड़ देते हैं, सो दैट इफ द प्रोसेस नीड्स सम एक्स्ट्रा मेमोरी आल्सो इट कैन यूटिलाइज. अगेन दिस इज आल्सो वन ऑफ द मेजर इश्यूज. इफ यू सी, इट्स ए वेस्टेज ऑफ मेमोरी, राइट? इसमें तो देख, इसमें इफ यू सी हियर, at least the very few holes are forming, but in our case or the other solution which they have proposed, so after one process there is some, after one memory block there is some extra memory attached, and same goes with every block of memory. So इसमें काफी memory waste होती है ना, and काफी ज्यादा holes create होते हैं. You guys are able to understand, right?
Yes sir.
Right? Okay, great. चलो. It's very difficult to teach in this online class. We don't know at least what are your things, what are your thoughts, and where are you. चलो ठीक है. So this is just luckily this is just for only 1 week, so there is no issue. Okay. So now what we are discussing is, so if you just give that extra block of memory for each memory block, so the issue is lot of holes are getting created. And again, so let's assume that block of memory which you have given, sometimes it might not also it might not also suffice your requirement. So there is again one more solution which they have devised. So instead of that one block of memory will be there, but normally in the program there are two things. One is the stack part, the other one is the heap part. So what they have done is they have just placed them in an opposite fashion. So stack जब grow होगा वो नीचे तरफ से grow होगा, and heap जब grow होगा वो ऊपर की तरफ से grow होगा. So that at least कुछ holes कम से कम होंगे, and जो भी hole है उसको हम effectively use करेंगे. So that's what has been mentioned here. Swapping, leaving room to grow. Okay. So need to allow for programs to grow, allocate more memory for data, and there is a larger stack. Handled by allocating more space that is necessarily at the start, because this is inefficient, wastes memory that is not currently in use. What if process requires too much of memory? So all these things we have discussed. Okay. So now. So in this slide, when we are discussing about these holes or the gray areas in the memory, so I told you, right, we have to manage these gray areas effectively. Then only at least that we can utilize the memory in a little bit effective way, not in a much more effective way, but at least little bit more effective way. So for that, again, we have these two techniques. One is the bitmaps and the other one is the linked list. Okay, we'll just see. So now here, keep track of free or allocated memory regions with a bitmap. How? One bit is mapped. One bit in map corresponds to fixed size region of the memory. Bitmap is a constant size for the given amount of memory, regardless of how much is allocated at a particular time. Okay. So now here, if you see here, this is almost like 32 bytes of memory, right? So these 32 bytes, if you see, 32 bytes, okay, and at 1 bit, and these are like 4 KB chunks, okay, 4 KB each, okay, as 1 bit, at 1 bit per 4 KB chunk, okay. So this is like 32 MB of memory पे each को 4 KB का chunks में divide किया, and तो हमारे पास almost like कितना chunks होंगे, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 जो भी है. तो अब each chunk को बस खाली एक bit से represent कर रहे हैं, and this again it can be varied. Okay, just for example हम 32 MB का consider कर रहे हैं, अब मान लीजिए सेम इसको 1 GB मेमोरी भी मान लो, ठीक है, तो 1 GB मेमोरी, अब इस साइज चंक जो है इसको थोड़ी सी बढ़ा के 128 KB चंक ऐसे करके, but whatever is the thing, that's what is saying. Bitmap is a constant size for given amount of memory, regardless of how much is allocated at a particular time. तो यहाँ पे we are just considering the 4 KB chunks, and for each 4 KB block, so just 1 bit is enough. That means, so here for the almost like we just need 256 bits for this 32 bytes per MB of memory. So for 1 MB of memory, so we just need only 32 bytes. That's it. For smaller chunks, we need more memory for the bitmap. Can be difficult to find large continuous free areas. Okay. So now here, see, let's see. Now this is just only 32 MB of memory, right? Okay, guys, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes, sir.
confusion?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, great. So here, so whatever is the chunk size, okay, irrespective of the memory, like मेरे पास 2 GB का भी memory है, 16 GB का भी memory है, उसमें कितना chunks है, for each chunk there is only 1 bit attached. So मान लीजिए जो मेरा memory मान लीजिए 32 GB का memory है, इसमें मैं 1 GB का एक chunk बना रहा हूँ, just 1 GB का example के लिए, 1 GB का एक chunk है, तो मेरे पास 32 chunks हैं, तो उसको बस represent करने के लिए मेरे पास, I just need only 32 bits, that's it, right? उससे ज़्यादा तो ज़रूरत नहीं मेरे पास. तो अगर अब वो साइज मेरा कम करते जाऊंगा, तो मेरे पास अगेन 32 GB का रैम है और मेरा चंक मान लो 4 KB है, तो नाउ जस्ट अज्यूम कि कितना ये चाहिए होगा. तो थोड़ी सी कैलकुलेशंस करनी पड़ेगी, बट फिर भी अगेन द नंबर विल इंक्रीज ह्यूजली. अब मैं फर्दर और कम करता हूँ. 4 KB की चंक्स में जगह पे मैं आई जस्ट टेक ओनली 1 KB चंक. नाउ जस्ट सी अगेन, इमेजिन अगर 32 GB और 1 GB में ऑलमोस्ट यू विल फाइंड 1024 MB. 1 MB में फिर से 1024 KB. So it's like 10 power something like 6 bits. इतना कुछ कैलकुलेशन होगा. So that's what has been said in the statement. For smaller chunks, we need more memory for the bitmap. So you guys understood this statement, right? Why we need more memory for bitmap for the smaller chunks? अगर मेरे पास बड़ा चंक्स है तो मतलब ऑब्वियसली जो पूरा बड़ा, लेट्स से सेम 32 GB की मेमोरी में इफ आई गिव 1 GB का चंक और 1 GB का ब्लॉक, आई जस्ट हैव ओनली 32 blocks of memory. So in the 32 blocks I can just see 111 like only 32 bits of memory. बट वही अगर मैं 32 GB वाला को 4 KB में करूंगा, then you can just imagine the size of bitmap required. Okay, it's very huge. So now how this bitmap works is, so here whatever is this memory, we are dividing this into 4 KB chunks, okay, 4 KB blocks basically. Now let's say if the process A needs something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 24 KB of memory. So we can allot this 4 KBs continuously. बाकी जो बचा है, so this 8 thing, normally 8, 16, 24 इतना ही चलते से चलता है ना, तो the rest all are assigned with 0. So whatever block chunks are assigned in a serial fashion, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So it means 1 means this block is assigned. This 4 KB chunk is assigned to process A. Again process A, process A, process A. Now after that, this is left free. Again, this is for the growing part of it. Then उसके बाद फिर B स्टार्ट हो रही है, ठीक है. अगेन फॉर B का मैपिंग के हिसाब से 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, ऐसे ऐसे करके दिस बिटमैप इज वर्किंग. सो वेयरएवर दिस चंक ऑफ मेमोरी इज देयर, so if it is occupied by process, we'll just make it 1. Now again, why are we using these bitmaps? To identify and effectively manage the gray areas उसके लिए. So all the chunks will get, occupied chunks will get 1, the free chunks will be getting zeros. Okay, simple है bitmap index में, ज़्यादा इसमें कुछ है नहीं है. Then comes our linked list. तो same जैसे bitmap की तरह linked list भी एक again in your data structures you might have read about this linked list. Okay, so this linked list, so whatever is the process name and its starting location, how many memory chunks it is occupied. After that, so whole है तो कुछ नहीं है. Again here it can be X or some other thing, so that it identifies as whole. Whole कहाँ से start हो रही है and कितने blocks है. फिर then same कहानी B process है, फिर कहाँ से start हो रही है, कितने blocks है. So if you see here 8, 9, 10, okay, 10 से लेके 3 तक. Then followed by फिर next whole है, C है. Okay, so keep track of free or allocated memory regions with linked list. इसके बाद इसका एक और effective solution बनाया है कि instead of having only one list, so they have thought about two lists. One list for specifically for processes and one list for holes. Only holes के लिए रहेगा, only gray areas के लिए वो रहेगा. So whenever some new process needs some data or needs some memory, directly that whole list is checked, and if the memory block is there, that will be given. And the second one is if the process completes its execution, whatever is that block of memory gets freed, उसको वापस इस linked list में ऐड किया जाएगा. Okay, इसको थोड़ी सी white board लेंगे क्या? What happened? The students are just 75, 74. So now here, if you see, then the next one is how to allocate these holes. Okay, now we have these 4 approaches: first fit, next fit, best fit, and worst fit. So first fit, the first suitable hole on the list. As soon as the process needs some memory, so how much memory it needs, it will start searching the whole linked list. Okay, holes का जो linked list है उसको search करना शुरू करेगा. जैसे ही उसको जो block है वो मिलना शुरू होगा, then तुरंत it will occupy that block and it starts executing. That is the first fit. Just came in and you have identified that is meeting your requirement. जैसे एग्जाम्पल के केस में लड़के जब शॉपिंग करते हैं, अगेन नॉट ऑल बॉयज, ओके, देयर आर फ्यू बॉयज, शॉपिंग चलते हैं, तो बस शॉप में गया, मतलब ज्यादा नहीं देखेंगे, कुछ एक दो देखेंगे, तक से पसंद आया, ओके, फिनिश द शॉपिंग, डन, राइट? ये नॉर्मल केस में, अगेन नॉट जनरिक सेंस बट लाइटर वे, जस्ट टेक दिस एग्जांपल. The next fit is the now since that first suitable after the previously allocated hole. Now अब मान लीजिए ये वाला होल ऑक्यूपाई मतलब अलोकेट हो गया, जस्ट अभी अभी ऑक्यूपाई हो गया, फिर इंस्टेड ऑफ सर्चिंग फ्रॉम द फ्रंट इट विल स्टार्ट सर्चिंग फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ दिस होल ऑक्यूपाइड जस्ट अलोकेटेड होल. वहां से फिर जो भी वैकेंसी मिलेगा उसको वहां से शुरू करेगा, ठीक है? Then best fit the smallest hole that is larger than the desired region. So again this is the best effective approach because इसमें क्या है कि the best option ढूंढते हैं, not ऐसे नहीं कि जो तक से पहले मिल गए, we will not try to do this. Again जो best fit के लिए we can just take again girls का shopping example. Again just don't take it literally, just take it as an example point of view only. So they will take more time, okay? And they'll try multiple combination. तो फिर आराम से finally they choose, अच्छा ठीक है ये अच्छा लग रहा है finally, so let's go with this. Then the worst fit is, so you just came in, so whatever is the big chunk of memory readily available, we'll just take that, okay? The largest available hole available. But again इसका भी for each thing we have some issues, okay? Like for the first fit, so whenever the process needs the memory immediately, if it finds some block which might suffice its requirement, it will just occupy it. Even though if there are lesser blocks that might meet its requirements, still it will not go ahead. Next fit again, so the first यहाँ से फिर start नहीं होगा, आगे से ही होगा. Issue ये भी हो सकता है कि अभी मान लो if it whatever it needs, it is readily available here only, it will not still go there. Best fit again, so whatever is that region, बेस्ट ऑप्शन क्या है, बट इसका प्रॉब्लम क्या है बेस्ट फिट का, इट हैज टू सर्च ऑल द होल अवेलेबल डेटा, जो भी होल्स का डेटा है लिंक्ड लिस्ट में, इट हैज टू सर्च द होल लिंक्ड लिस्ट. सो अगेन सर्चिंग इज वेरी, अगेन सर्चिंग इट माइट बी इजी, इट माइट कंप्लीट इन ए फास्टर टाइम, बट आई मीन इफ इट इज अ सॉर्टेड लिंक्ड लिस्ट ओनली, अगर लिंक्ड लिस्ट सॉर्टेड नहीं है, searching will be very difficult. You have to almost like, let's say again, you know the complexities, right? So if there are n variables, the worst case complexity to search the entire n variables is order of n, right? But again चलो मान लीजिए we can say that yeah, I'll use a sorted linked list. In that case ठीक है, sorted linked list में there is no issue, so order of 1 के हिसाब से you can get the available best fit hole. But every time you have to sort the list. So sorting का best time complexity normally order of n log n के हिसाब से you can sort the list. So just assume the issues, okay? Worst fit, so by the name itself it's worst fit because whatever is the large available hole you just take it. So whatever you want you use it. Rest all things you'll just keep blank. Again memory wastage ही है ना? So you guys understood this concept, right? Allocating memory. So why? Because this is also your syllabus topic. Memory allocation strategies. Let me quickly see this thing. This one. Okay. Where is it? You see here memory management and memory allocation schemes. Okay. This is again one of your syllabus topics. So just pay attention. Done. Okay. Allocating memory. I think we have discussed these things. Okay. So if you want more examples, you can just refer the books. Okay. Again, these are this memory management. I have referred it from Tenenbaum. Okay. Then this is the freeing memory. Okay. So we have discussed it, right? So if the process needs to, needs to exit the memory. Okay. And there are 2 times when it exits the memory. प्रोसेस अगर बाहर मतलब अगेन एक और एग्जांपल, आप लोग अगर क्लासरूम से बाहर जा रहे हो, ठीक है, तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा 2 या 3 रीजन हो सकते हैं. वन इज द ऑफिशियल कमिटमेंट, द अदर वन इज द पर्सनल कमिटमेंट. बस इसके अलावा और कोई 2 रीजन तो नहीं हो सकते हैं ना. सो एनीथिंग यू से यू कैन फिट इनटू दीस 2 कैटेगरीज, करेक्ट? So similarly, the process if we has to go to the memory, there are only two things. One is if it is executed or if it needs some more resources. So at that time, we will just move it from the main memory to the secondary memory. So here, now whenever it is moving out of the memory, so whatever that memory is getting freed, okay. So these four are the effective combinations where a memory gets freed. You can just see here. So A, X, B. All these are processes running in the memory. Just for now, just don't consider this. Just consider this as process memory along with the extra block of memory using that has been granted for to grow. Okay, extra region. So A, X, and B. Now, since if X has completed its execution, it will just move out. Now, A and B are in execution, but still this is the gray area or a hole which is formed between two processes. In the second case, now there are only two processes running, A and X, with some large block of memory available after X. So if X completes execution, so A after A, we have this large block of memory. The second case is again X is running, B is also running, but this side the some so these two are almost one and the same. Okay, you notice here. So two processor running or multiple processor running, and at one end it's a complete block of memory. Okay, and when the top process completes its execution, so immediately that one block of memory will be joined with the large block of memory. The same thing is happening here. Okay, and if there is multiple processes are running with multiple blocks and all the processes have complete execution, the entire memory is free. These four are the effective combinations that will be available while freeing or when the memory is getting free. Okay, but the thing is, whatever is that memory allocation structures like linked list and bitmaps, whatever scheme we are using, they have to be updated whenever the memory is free. So easy in the case of bitmaps. Why it is easy? Because so whatever is that memory starting to end, so all these things will be just marked 00000. That's it, right? Easy to modify. But where in the case of linked list, okay, so modify adjust elements as needed, adjacent elements, merge adjacent free region. So linked list, so in this case, if you just see here, so let's say if this process completes execution, so entire this whole things needs to be merged, right? And it has to be checked with adjacent regions. That's what we are trying to say here. Merge adjacent free regions into single region may involve merging two regions with just free area. So are we clear with these two statements? So while we are trying to identify the memory, freed memory, okay. So with respect to if you use bitmaps, it's quite easy to check. If you use the linked list, so it is a bit difficult because we have to check the adjacent regions as well, and we have to update the list accordingly. So now, what are these limitations with respect to swapping? Problems with the swapping? Okay, process must fit into physical memory. So impossible again. One major issue with respect to swapping is there are some large processes that are waiting in the hard disk, and we have the small memory chunks in different places. As a result, the large process is not able to identify the huge block of memory which it needs. So एग्जाम्पल के केस में एक और एग्जाम्पल ये बताते हैं. तो एग्जाम्पल कौन सा एग्जाम्पल? Can anyone quote an example here so that I know that you guys are attentive? इससे पूछे नुसरत जहान, you are there? You can just quote an example. Class, you have to be serious, please, huh? Okay, whom should I ask then? Ruslan, you are there? Can you just quote this example? Quote an example for this thing. Kamal, Yusuf. At least just say yes, sir, so that I know that you are attentive. Okay. If you're not able to quote an example, just say, sir, I can't think of an example. I'll just say it later.
Yes.
Reza, Jishan, Shoaib, Rifa, Sakif.
I can't think of an example.
Chalo, great. So who said it finally?
Sir, Rifa.
Okay, great. Okay. We'll just continue the class, okay? Hardly 33 odd slides, and we are in 16, so we have completed half of it. So we'll try to quickly cover those slides, okay? Because we have already started late. So, okay, so problems with the swapping process must fit into the physical memory. Impossible to run large process. So again, if a process is large and the required memory is not available. So example की case में the counseling, okay, you might remember your counseling days, right? So you have given tests for multiple colleges and you want one specific seat only. मतलब example के case में again तो आपको CSE ही चाहिए and you have given entrance exam for multiple tests. बट हर जगह पे यू आर गेटिंग सम अदर डिपार्टमेंट लाइक ईसी मिल रही है, पीएमई मिल रही है, न्यूक्लियर मेडिसिन मिल रहा है. सो यू विल कीप ऑन वेटिंग till the time you will get CSE. You will be keep on waiting. So same again, very vague example, but you can just imagine. So same goes with the larger process also. Till the time it finds the required set of memory, it will be keep on waiting. As a result, what will happen? You will be keep on waiting for a long time. काउंसलिंग के केस में अगेन सो सारे कॉलेजेस में सीट्स खत्म हो रहे हैं, आपको अभी भी स्टिल दैट सीट तो मिला नहीं है एंड कॉलेजेस खत्म हो रहे हैं. So that panic sort of thing will happen, right? So same goes with here also. So जो application जो चलना है, it is still in that waiting state only. It's not giving or running anything, and whatever resources it needs, it is holding those resources also because of not available to use that memory. Second thing is memory becomes fragmented. So lot of small free areas. Now what is this fragmentation? So छोटे टुकड़े बहुत ज्यादा है, बट जब उन सबको ज्वाइन करोगे तो काफी आपको बड़ी सी ब्लॉक हो जाएगी. बट यू आर नॉट एबल टू ज्वाइन बिकॉज यू आर नॉट एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई. इवन इफ यू आइडेंटिफाई अगेन ज्वाइनिंग देम इज अगेन वेरी डिफिकल्ट टास्क बिकॉज बीच में काफी प्रोसेसेस है एंड उन सबको आप अलाइन करके फिर उनको फ्री एरिया में ज्वाइन करना है. तो इन दैट केस compaction need to be done to reassemble all the smaller free areas into larger areas. So again, but this compaction itself a very costly affair. Okay. So processes are either in memory or on disk. Half and half does not do any good. So again, this statement is also justified because why? So one application will be having multiple processes. Okay. So now few processes, like for example, आपकी सी प्रोग्राम के एग्जांपल लेते हैं. तो उसमें वॉट एवर इज योर सी प्रोग्राम, सो लेट्स से यू हैव रिटन टू फंक्शंस एंड वन मेन फंक्शन. ईच विल बी हैविंग इट्स ओन प्रोसेसेस. नाउ one main function and one function is in the memory. The other one, because of some memory constraint, it is in the disk. So now all these are not able to finish because they have some interdependence. Either if all of them are in disk, so no issues. If all of them are in memory, no issues, execute हो जाएंगे. If all of them are in disk, तो सारे को एक साथ डिस्क से निकाल के मेमोरी में लेके जाएंगे and we can execute. Half of ऐसे होने से we will face issues. Okay. So for that again they try to give a solution. Now what is the solution? Overlays. Overlays solve the first problem. That is bring in the pieces of process over time. So it still does not solve the problem of fragmentation or partially resident processes. So overlays में what will happen in the overlays is again एक example, so you can will relate much more. आपकी class, ठीक है, example के case में आपकी class, you guys are 90. I can't fit all of you in one class. I'll just split and fit them into our class. And जैसे आपको schedule बनाया जाएगा कि पहले A class section ये होगा, then tomorrow section B will come and they will attend the class. So same thing goes with overlays also. So all this big process को further छोटे process में divide किया जाएगा and first they will start with overlay zero loading and whatever the processes fall in this overlay zero, they will be loaded and executed, finished. and then overlay 1 will be loaded. But again, this also does not solve the problem of fragmentation or the partially redundant processes. Now then comes our virtual memory. Okay. Now again, see, we are going in very step by step fashion. So we have just started with very crude approach of no bifurcation, no memory division, nothing. Then slowly थोड़ी सी memory को blocks में बनाया, but blocks में फिर से we have faced some issues. तो थोड़ी सी base and limit register बनाया, but again still we are facing issues तो with respect to the memory regions. तो थोड़ी सी swapping किया और swapping करते करते लेके आया, but फिर भी we are facing some issues of memory holes and all. So now next comes our concept to address whatever issues we have seen so far. Again, in order to manage the memory effectively. The concept is virtual memory. Okay. The basic idea is allow the OS to hand out more memory than exists in the system. Now, how does it hand out the more memory? So same thing. So we'll be using an external memory, that is the secondary memory hard disk. Okay. So let's say I have this something like 32 GB of RAM. So if the virtualization is done, okay, in maybe in Windows 8, I think Windows 8 or Windows 7, this option in Windows 7 especially, you can see this option in the task manager. जब आप टास्क मैनेजर खोलोगे तो मेमोरी के जब उस पार्ट में क्लिक करोगे ना तो देयर इज ए चेक बॉक्स सॉर्ट ऑफ थिंग, enable virtual memory or just virtual memory करके. If you click that, this virtual memory concept will be applied in the memory part of the operating system. Otherwise वो नहीं होता था. But nowadays with the Windows latest versions and all, these things are very much streamlined. Windows 7 में this option used to come. If you want, you can just check this Windows 7 virtual memory enabling or disabling. You can just Google it. You'll find it easily. Okay. So keep recently used stuff in the physical memory. Most recently used stuff in the disk. So these two statements, okay, they are talking with one another. You see here. So whatever you are using there recently, like again just an example. So let's say if you are reading, if you have a habit of reading books, okay. So whatever book you are trying to read, we'll just keep it in your bag or just next to you, and whatever books you have read already, which you read very less, okay, those will be kept separately in your home or some other place, maybe in some other rack, right? So same thing here also, whatever is that recently used stuff or recently used things will be in the physical memory, and very less recently used will be in the disk. So as and when we require, we perform the swapping operation and get those things to our physical memory only. So keep all of these hidden from the processes. Okay, process still see the address space from 0 to max address. Okay, so process will not be aware of all these things. Movement of information to and from disk handled by the OS without the process help. So everything OS will be doing it. So virtual memory especially helpful in a multi-program system. CPU schedules process B while process A awaits for its memory to be retrieved from the disk. So again, so this multi-programming or multi-processing, multi-threading. So these are all parts of the process management actually. So most probably maybe I think Thursday you have a class, right? So at that time, ma'am will take the class. So I think ma'am is likely to start the process and all. So again, then we will understand in a much better way. Okay, what is the CPU scheduling process and all. Okay. So now here there are two things. One is the virtual address and the physical address. Okay. Now here just again two things are there. One is the virtual memory part and the physical memory. Physical memory by the name itself we are clear. ज़्यादा कुछ सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है. RAM itself is the physical memory. Done. Okay. Now what is this new thing called virtual memory? So this thing is the whatever again it's an hardware. It may be it's not a hardware. It's a software component sort of thing. Okay. So that whatever data we need, it will be placed in that so that we can access it. We'll just see. Okay. Now here it has the virtual address and the physical address. Okay. Now program uses virtual addresses here. Okay. Just again a quick example. So although your memory addresses they are starting from 0 to somewhat like 32 GB, whatever address, okay, 0xFFFF something, okay. But in that memory there are some blocks which is already occupying and doing something, some different process. But still, process uses some virtual address, okay. So it does not, it does not know in what address of the memory what is lying or anything. So to avoid all this confusion, तो बेस्ट ये कर देती सीधा कि प्रोसेस इटसेल्फ यूजेस सम एड्रेसेस फॉर इटसेल्फ. जब वो प्रोसेस प्रोग्राम मेमोरी में लोड होगा एट दैट टाइम अगेन थोड़ी सी ये एड्रेसेस का लिटिल बिट ऑफ चेंज विल हैपन. ओके, so you guys are with me? I hope I'm not going too fast.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you guys are feeling sleepy, just go and wash your faces. Okay. Again, this is an online mode, so there is no need of saying no need for me to say all these things. But still, okay. So process program uses virtual addresses local to the process. Okay. Now hardware translates this virtual address to physical address. Okay. Again, now this mostly this MMU is the part which takes the. You guys can see, right? I just noticed that it's in very small font only. Okay. Now I think it's much clear, right? Any of you guys have joined from the mobile? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there are few students. Okay. You guys are able to see the presentation, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If it's, if you are not able to see also, you can just open the Google Classroom. The presentation is already there. You can just see from there also. That will also does the trick. Okay. In later phase. Okay. Not now. Okay. So here MMU is the part where this virtual address from CPU, virtual to physical address conversion will happen, and the memory address will be placed on the bus and will be sending to memory. Now again, bus is something which is used for communication purpose. Again, just go by the English meaning. बस में क्या होता है, हम एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाते हैं. सेम कहानी यहाँ पे भी इस बस में. तो address from CPU will go to memory. बस. Okay. बस का बस. हाँ. So translation done by the memory management unit. Okay. Usually on the same chip as the CPU. Only physical addresses leave the CPU or the MMU. So again, there are again two versions. One is the MMU, which has been implemented in a hardware fashion. Okay, so the chip will be placed on the along with the CPU only. And the other version is instead of hardware, why can't we make it through a software? So software is also been done. Okay, both the versions are there. Okay. Now, if you notice here in this virtual and physical addresses, how are we doing it? So using this paging mechanism. Okay, again this paging is also is there in your topics, right? Memory management, memory allocation schemes we have discussed. Okay, so we have started with the virtual memory, and paging is a part of this virtual memory only. And paging and page replacement strategies, demand paging. So all these they are in one go with the virtual memory. Okay. So now with respect to page replacement strategies also, just like in yesterday we have discussed it, right? So let's say if some first in first out, least recently used, so these things are we will discuss. Okay, let's go with the back to our class topic, paging. Okay, now here we are having paging and page tables. So the virtual memory, okay, virtual memory, what we call it. So here everything is divided into pages, and the physical memory it will be divided into page frames. Okay, page frames. So virtual addresses mapped to physical addresses. You notice here these are virtual addresses. Virtual addresses from 0 to 64K. But whereas in the case of our physical memory, it's from 0 to 32K. It does not mean that 0 to 4, 0 to 4 ऐसे मैचिंग होगा, ऐसा नहीं है. क्या अलग अलग ब्लॉक्स अलग अलग फिजिकल मतलब पेज फ्रेम्स को पॉइंट कर सकते हैं. All addresses in the same virtual page are in the same physical page. Page table entry contains translation from single page. Okay. So now this page table will be coming into picture. So whatever our address that needs to be accessed. Now here I am speaking about this part. Okay. So whatever is our virtual address that needs to be converted into physical address. तो उसको जब MMU में देंगे, MMU takes that virtual address and it will start checking from its page table. Okay, and from that page table it will be converted into physical address, virtual address का and उसकी mapping के साथ, just like here 48 to 52K. Okay, it is mapped with which thing 28 to 32K. So let's say if the address is falling in this range, so the physical address will be translated to this block, and it will be sent on a bus to the memory so that the process can get its data. So table translates virtual page number into physical page number. Not all virtual memory has a physical page. If you see here, so it is like 16 blocks, and we have only 8 blocks of memory in the physical memory. 8 blocks in the physical memory, but here we have having 16. So it's not like everything will be filled. Okay. Same here. If you see here, example 64 KB of virtual memory with 32 KB of physical memory. Okay. Now, what is in this page table entry? So I told you, right? So page table is the thing which will help in the translation of virtual address to physical address. Now, what is this page table entry having? So these 5 components. Each entry in the page table contains valid bit. So what is this valid bit? That if this logical page number has a corresponding physical frame in the memory. Okay. If you see here, now let's say if the page table entry of this block. So this one, the valid bit will be 0 because it does not have any corresponding entry in the physical memory. But whereas for this one, since it has a corresponding entry in the physical frame, so the valid bit will be set. So that means this that entry is valid basically. Okay. Again, just go by the English meaning only. So it will you can easily understand. Okay. If not valid, remainder of the PT is irrelevant. So since if this valid bit is invalid, so rest all things will not be there, right? Obviously, because the entries itself is not there, so page frame number is not there. Now we'll just see reference and data bits. So reference bit set if data on the page has been accessed. Okay. Now dirty bit set if data on the page has been modified. So these two you can just consider it as a read and write in a simple sense. Or if it is if the page has on the data on the page is read, okay, it's been read, so it will be reference bit will be set. Now why are we calling this specially as a dirty bit? See, because if it has been modified, the data on the page has been modified, so it has to go back to the disk so that it is stored there. Otherwise, if the system gets crashed, or if you want to access this page again, you will not find the modified one. Okay, so that's why this is, we call it as dirty, because in the disk there is a clean page or original page, and in the main memory this page has been modified with some data. Now it has to go and be available in the disk so that whenever we want to access it next time, or if we want to pause the task now and use it later also, all these things will be used. And there is some overhead sort of thing, protection information. Okay. How this mapping of logical to physical address is done, we'll just see this example. Okay. Split address from the CPU into 2 pieces. So split address from the CPU into 2 pieces. Now what is this address will be? This will be a logical or rather a virtual address. So what does the CPU have? CPU will be having all the process, correct? So this CPU will give you logical or a virtual address. So this address will be having 2 things. One is the page number, the other one is the offset. Page number, what does it signify? Page number indicates an index into the page table. Okay. Now page table contains the base address of the page in the physical memory. So now how can I explain it? Okay, okay. So we'll just take an example. We'll take your roll number only. Okay. So now, if you see your roll number, where is the chat option? Chat. Okay, I'll just take the last one. Okay. Iftikharul Islam. If you see this roll number, okay. So here, this is, you can split this roll number into 2 parts. Correct. One is the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First 6 digits, and the other one is the last 3 digits. So first 6 digits signify that the student has joined in 2022, right? And does this 14 signify? 14 is CSC, right? CSC department is 14. So if I just know this roll number, first 4 digits will easily make me understand that ये CSC का level 3 student होगा, because he has joined in 2022, right? 2022, 23 or 24, so level 3. सही है ना? So you guys understood this concept?
Yes,
And last 3 digits में that specific कौन है exact student वो पता चल रहा है हमें. So same goes with our page table also. So page table का जो entry है, जो virtual address है, it will be split into 2 parts. One is the page number, the other one is the offset. So page number is something like index into page table. उससे क्या पता चलता है? That exactly that page का base address क्या है? Now again base and limit we'll just relate here. See base address कौन सा है? So we are just in the base address. Now in that exactly what is the frame number? How will we get it? Using this page offset. Once you add this page offset to the base address, you will get exactly the what page frame has to be picked from the physical memory. So again I'll just reiterate this example so that you guys will understand in a much clearer fashion. Where is the chat again? Okay. So now let's say now I'll pick Lieutenant Abdullah. Okay. So let's say if I want to speak to Lieutenant Abdullah, first I just got his number. I don't know who he is. Where can I find him? Okay. So what I'll do is first I'll try to analyze. Okay. So that I'll split it into two blocks: 2021, 14, and 167. Done. Okay. So now I have done this. The first part now signifies that the CSC department में third level की student है. So I can directly go to the CSC department third level students classroom. Then I'll just announce that the roll number is 167. I don't need to say all these things, right? Roll number 167. Now, so exactly Abdullah will just stand up and I am roll number 167. That's it. So same goes with here also. So the page number and offset. Now with the page number, I will be able to identify what is the page base address, and in that exact page identification will be done by the page offset. Okay. Now if you just see this example here, 4 kilobyte, that means 4096 bytes of pages. Okay, and 32-bit logical addresses. So these 12 again. This is again if you change it to 2 power because everything will be done in the this thing, right? So 12 bits. So basically, so whatever is that 4 kilobyte pages or page frames are there in the physical memory, it can be accessed with 12 bits. Okay. So rest this 20 bits are the what I can say. This is the page number for the table entry. Okay. So address translation architecture. This is what we have discussed so far in detail. So CPU, whatever is that virtual address, it is being split into 2 parts: page number and page offset. Okay. So this page number will help us pointing to the page table entry and what is the frame base address. And from this, the page frame's base address, now we'll go with the offset. Exactly with this, we can get the respective physical frame address. Okay. Now again here, this is the page table entry. Okay.
Sir,
So
how
memory
can
and
we
paging.
get frames?
Okay, what's the question?
Sir, frames. How can we get the frames from that page table?
Oh, okay. I'll just repeat this thing so that will be again. So see here, this is the physical memory, right? Which has a page frame, correct? Page frames. So again, this has also some addresses. Done. Now, what are we trying to do is the CPU has some virtual address which does not match with the this one page frame addresses. This will be something different. This will be something different. Now, how to map these two things? We are using a page table. Now, how will we get the data from the page table? First thing is the page number here. If you see here, P. So with this page number, we'll first identify where to go in the page table. Okay. Just like you don't have done this database thing, right? एक और example कैसे बता? हाँ, okay. Railway reservation. Okay, we'll just go with the railway reservation now. So whenever you book a ticket or चलो बस का भी है, everyone might have booked some tickets at there some point of time, right? Rail, bus, flight, anything. Okay. It also has two things. One is if you take railway example, what is the coach number? Okay. And in that coach number, what is your seat? What is your seat basically? So अब आप कोच नंबर लेके you just go to the coach. कोच के सामने एक शीट लगा रहता है ना. You guys have seen, you might have seen that sheet sort of thing. उसको रिजर्वेशन चार्ट कुछ ऐसे बोलते हैं ना. तो इस बोगी के पास रिजर्वेशन चार्ट के पास जाओगे. तो in that you try to identify your seat. it is confirmed now. So you'll go to that place. So again a very vague example, but still थोड़ी सी relate कर पाओगे आप लोग. So if you just see here with this page number, whatever is this page number pointing in the page table, we'll go there. Then in that page table, whatever is the data, we'll take that data. This is the base address. Now again, base and limit. Just remember these things. Base address. So is base address ko we have just picked it. Now there is an offset. Okay. So this offset will be added to this base address. Now we'll get some address again, some number basically. Okay, some number. If you check that number in our physical memory, the same number is being mapped to a like it is some address location, and in that address location we have this frame. So that frame will be used for data access.
Sir, so
I hope I have planned.
so that frame will be the summation of the frame we have got from the page number and from the offset.
So, okay, see whatever is here, whatever we are talking here, no, see these are all just numbers basically. Just assume, just go with the basic thing. These are all numbers, or rather addresses. That's it. So this will point to an address on the memory. That so they're the blocks of memory. We are calling them as page frames. So that block of memory will be used for in a real in whatever purpose it has been called out. Is it? Does it clear? Or am I not able to clear your question?
So yes, sir.
No, don't say yes, but the formality. Yeah,
Yes, sir, I
hope
understood
I have
that
clarified
the
that.
offset will point to the physical memory where that frame is, and the frame what it's from the page number that where to go.
Okay. More or less on a similar load. So that will do our job. So I think the same thing here also. Example. Just keep it. So now, if you notice here, where is this page? Okay. Not this part, right? Okay. So here, if it is only to explain a little bit in detail here, see, if it is only one bit, there are two combinations. That's it, right? Either bit is 0 or 1, correct? Now let's say if the bit is 2 bits are there, the possible combinations are 4 combinations, right? 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, correct? So same thing, if the bits are more, then the combinations will increase. Combinations is nothing but the sort of address spaces you can imagine here. Okay. So with just one page table, that means like if you see here, 32-bit logical addresses. Okay, 32-bit logical addresses I am speaking here. 32-bit, only 32-bit logical addresses. That means we can have almost 2 power 32 combinations, right? 2 power 32 is something like 10 power 6. Now if it is a 64-bit addressing system, you can just see the humongous combinations we can have. It might be 10 power, I don't know, I can say it is a very huge number, okay. Now why are we discussing this is because see, if there is only one page table, having 32-bit logical addresses, so it will be having a records of almost 2 power 32. Now if I am saying if it is 64-bit logical addresses, you can just imagine the size of the page table. It will be very huge, and sometimes the memory itself is not sufficient to hold the page table itself. So now the next best solution what they have done is invent a multi-level page table. Instead of having only one page table, I'll have multi-levels. Okay, one page table, then there is one more page table, then there is one more page table, something like this. We'll just see a 2-level page tables. Okay. Problem with the page tables can be too large. Why? Because see, 2 power 32 bytes in a 4 KB pages need 1 million page table entries. So this is what I am saying. 2 power 32 bytes in a 4 KB. 32, it has like almost a million table entries. If it is 64-bit logical addresses, you can understand this the page table entries are really huge. It will exceed. Okay. So now the solution is use a multi-level page table. Now what will happen in the multi-level page table? So the page size in the first page table is large. Okay. So the PT marked invalid in the first page table needs no second level page table. So if you see here, what will happen? So this is the first page table, this is the second level page table, and this is the physical memory. So now again, earlier what we have done is we have this 32-bit address, correct? 32-bit address. We have split into 20 and 12. 12 is the offset which will help us in identifying the actual frame. 20 is our base address. In the second level, what we'll just do is we'll just split the 20 into 10, 10. That is an easy job, right? First 10 bits or first 10 bits will help us identifying which page table entry we have to go in the first page table, and from this, once you identified it, we'll add that offset to the second 10 bits so that we'll able to identify which table to go here. Like just if you see basic example, in this table, in the first table, we'll just split it into color basis, green, pink and yellow. That's it. As soon as we identify some address starting with green followed by 657 and some 356. Okay. So as soon as we hit the green, so okay, so we don't need to check all things. So green, so we can just go to green. We don't need to go and do all the checks here. Now in the green, 657 corresponding memory frame. Now even though if you have a large set of addresses also, by splitting them, okay, we are able to reduce our page table sizes, and maybe the checks are increasing, that's okay, we can do it effectively. Okay. First page table has pointers to the second level page table, and second level page table has actual physical numbers in it. So the next, the same thing, if you have multiple page tables, same thing goes here also. Okay. So if the multiple page tables are there, so it will look something like a tree sort of thing. One big node, then followed by one subnode, then there is one more subnode. It is the multi-level page table I am speaking. Then in the final end, we have this physical memory as an child sort of the final child. Okay. You guys understood these two-level page tables?
Yes, sir.
Okay. These topics I told you guys to cover up, the one section students. So after reading and after my explanation, maybe you can understand indeed. In a good way. So more on two-level page tables, trade-off between first and second level page table sizes, total number of bits in first and second level, trade-off between number of bits in first and so more bits in the first level, fine granularity in the second level. So here, so the same 20 bits, right? This statement, I'll just explain it. The first level page table, the first 20 bits are just denoting the page table entry. Whereas in this here, in the second level, the first 20 bits only. Again, I'm just speaking about 32-bit logical space only. So in the 20 bits, first 10 bits denote one table. Then the next 10 bits will further denote into the next level. So there is this granularity. Granularity is like we have modularity sort of concept only, just in a very basic way. Okay, we have this separate blocks. Here marks clearly. Then fewer bits in first level, maybe less wasted space. Okay, all addresses in table are physical addresses. Production bits kept in second level table. So here, if you see this, what is this production bits? Where is this? These things, okay, these production bits, they are kept in the second level page table instead of in first level page table. Okay, in the multi-level page table entry. Okay, there are done. Okay, now just see this two-level paging example. System characteristics, 8 KB pages and 32-bit logical address. Okay, with respect to these numericals, okay, once we attend a physical class, then I'll try to cover up some numericals with respect to the this paging example, base and offset limit registers, and what else we have this memory schemes, memory allocation schemes. Okay, we'll have a numerical sort of class, okay, where we can discuss all these numericals. So why are we discussing all these numericals? Can anyone say why? No response, theoretically I alone say. So, but exam point of view, I might give some numericals, okay? So whatever we'll try to discuss in the class, so I'll focus on those only. But why are the students reducing? We now have only 62 students. Students got bored. 253. Okay, so just bear with me for 10 more minutes. We are done. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Since attendance has been taken, so students are leaving.
No, sir. Need break, sir.
Need break. We are almost in the last. Nothing much. Okay. First, we study the slides only. Just 5 minutes. Okay. We'll pick up the class. Okay. 5 minutes. Please. That's okay, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Done. Just see here. So 2-level address translation example. So page table entry. So page table base. Okay. So first 10 bits in the first level page table. फिर यहाँ से सेकेंड लेवल पेज टेबल का एड्रेस पता चलेगा, वहां से फिर ऑफसेट लेके करस्पॉन्डिंग फ्रेम नंबर. ओके. अगेन जस्ट रिलेट विद एन क्लास एग्जांपल ओनली. आपका जो स्टूडेंट नंबर है ना, उसी से आप यू कैन जस्ट रिलेट इंस्टेड ऑफ हैविंग जस्ट. अब मैं अपना जो स्टूडेंट आपके जो रोल नंबर है उसको मैं 3 पार्ट्स में स्प्लिट कर रहा हूँ. 22 मीन्स थर्ड लेवल स्टूडेंट. तो थर्ड लेवल स्टूडेंट्स आ रहे हैं, सारे कहाँ पे होंगे, मतलब अलग अलग कहीं पे भी हो सकते हैं, बट उसमें फिर नेक्स्ट वाला आएगा सीएससी डिपार्टमेंट. तो मतलब हम एक बार रिवर्स करके देख सकते हैं. फर्स्ट डिपार्टमेंट नंबर आएगा, देन फॉलोड बाय ईयर कौन सा है एग्जाम्पल, मतलब इसके एग्जाम्पल को देखने के लिए, देन फॉलोड बाय द स्टूडेंट नंबर. तो पहले ही डिपार्टमेंट आते ही तक से आई नो द सीएससी डिपार्टमेंट. ओके, सो आई विल कम टू टावर 3. देन इन दैट आफ्टर सीइंग द ईयर, ओके, इमीडिएटली आई विल नो थर्ड लेवल. थर्ड लेवल के क्लासेस मैक्सिमम कहाँ पे हो रहे हैं, टावर 3 में लेवल 4. तो आई विल कम टू लेवल 4. लेवल 4 में कौन सी मतलब स्टूडेंट नंबर है, आई विल कम टू द क्लासरूम्स एंड आई विल जस्ट से, तो आई विल फाइंड द रिलेवेंट स्टूडेंट. ठीक है. So implementing page tables in hardware is reside in the main memory only. Okay. So CPU uses special registers for paging: page table base register, page table limit register, right? Oh, sorry, length register. So again, these are very similar to base and length only. Contains length of the page table, restricts maximum legal logical address. Okay. So why is this? We are restricting this length of the page. Why are we having this page table length register? Here also again, base, starting point of the page table, and length. What is the complete maximum length of the page table? So that we can first, the thing is, we can the virtual addresses or logical addresses, whatever are generated, they fall in this page table address space only. So that some new address is generated, then we are totally lost, right? The page table does not have any data on that address. It's in fact it's pointing outside. If it is pointing outside, where can we get the data? So we are lost totally. Just give me a minute, guys. Oh, कुछ पता नहीं. Okay, the second thing is translating an address requires 2 memory accesses. First, access the page table entry, correct? Second, access reads the data or instruction from the memory. So if you see here, we are just now speaking about the first page table entry. So page table, first access to the page table. From the page table, we are able to access the memory. So basically, 2 memory access. Or rather, if it is a multi-level page table also. Okay, if it is a multi-level page table also. So memory access for the page table, because see, although these are 1 level and 2 level page table, they are all there in memory only. Then comes our main memory access. Memory access increases. So for a very basic thing, one first single page table thing, only 2 memory accesses are required. So reducing number of memory access, cannot avoid second access. Okay, we can't avoid the second access, but we can eliminate the first access by keeping an hardware cache. So now this is the issue, right? See, these memory accesses, they keep on increasing, correct? The multi-level page table, according to this memory access, keep on increasing. We can't go within one. We have to do it. We have to identify the physical frame, right? That's our main job. But we are trying to address it. So let's fix this part. So the next solution, what we've done is, so they have made an hardware, okay? called the translation look-aside buffer. Done. So now this translation look-aside buffer will be coming into the picture. Okay. See here, hardware cache. Now you know, cache is the like very fastest compared to the main memory. The page table, it is in the main memory, but whereas this translation look-aside buffer, it uses this cache techniques. So this is much faster. Okay. If desired page logical page number is found, get the frame number from the TLB. Directly इतना ट्रांसलेशन इतना कुछ नहीं है. अगर यहाँ पे लॉजिकल पेज वाला मिल जाता है, तक से वॉट एवर द फिजिकल फ्रेम नंबर इट विल बी टेकन एंड द फिजिकल फ्रेम विल बी एक्सेस्ड फ्रॉम द मेन मेमोरी. अगर if it is not found, then get frame number from the page table memory. Tab after this step, we'll go to the page table. Then replace an entry in the TLB with logical and physical page number. So, let's say if this is free, right? So we can just place it. If the logical page number is not found, then we can just get the new page from the page table entry. We can just place it here. But if it is all filled up, सब भर गया है, so you can just blank out one, remove one entry, and we can place it. Now, how to remove this? Again, okay, so time हो गया क्या? Okay, चलो last thing. I think I'll not cover the topics. I'll just let me quickly see the attendance. How many students are there? Okay, we'll try to cover up this TLB later. Okay, don't worry. Stop sharing. 60 students. Now, what happened to the other 20 odd students? We have somewhere like 80 students, right? Very bad, yeah. This is very bad, huh? चलो ठीक है. So again, from your end, so just inform all the students that just to read about, okay? No need of writing anything. Just to read on this translation look-aside buffer TLB. The other one is the inverted page table. Just these two things. Okay. Just cover up these two things. Read up. Okay. Next class again we'll try to discuss what all topics have we covered so far. So memory management in a crude way, like what is the basic memory management and the memory allocation schemes we have covered. Paging we have started. Virtual memory we have started. Segmentation we have not done. Page replacement strategies we have not done. We have not covered. Working sets and demand paging. I think that's it. So I think we are going in a good way only, right? So 1 week we have covered almost all the topics. Correct. And I don't find any problem. Okay. Chalo guys, then you guys can leave. Okay. I'll just end the class. But this is very